Welcome everyone back to my AFLW fantasy round review. This week was a slightly below par. We dropped a few overall spots with a score of 1193. As you can see, round rank of 641, which is not very good, but not disastrous. We had some pretty decent performers this week, but also some really bad performers. So we had Schleicher do quite well. Hatchard did really well. I took the captaincy off her for like the first time this year, and she went ahead and dished out a 118, which is quite sad. Doric was elite. I have no idea how she did that, but 134 is insane. Mackay was good. Um, Skepa also had a massive last quarter. So did Wales. I think she was on like 4 or 7 at some point in last quarter. End up scoring 40 points in that last quarter, which is quite impressive. Hopefully she can put in a full quarter effort next week. But yeah. On the other side of the scale, though, we had Randall have an absolute trash game. She played midfield. Her role was fine, but she just didn't get the ball. She got near it quite a bit, but she either kept giving away free kicks or she just like didn't dispose of it. She kept getting tackled and had the ball hemmed in, so couldn't get a disposal. Therefore, no points, which is quite sad. Garnett also was terrible. I I just don't know like what happened to all my trade-ins this week. They all did quite bad, which is pretty disappointing. I thought Garnett was a safe 60 every week, but she got played at full forward by um by her coach, and that's the same thing that happened to Tarrant the week before, when she dropped that 30. So it just seems like it's really unlucky. Having Garnett being played full forward. I don't know what's wrong with these coaches playing their best defenders in the forward line. Like, what actually is the point? Especially when you've got Staunton there. Like, I don't understand, but yeah, it is what it is. Eastman was also pretty disappointing. Sheeran was okay, but she gave away a stack of free kicks. But her game was, in general, for an AFL sense, was pretty good. Marinoff as captain was disappointing. She had a terrible like second quarter, I think. Um, Otherwise, she would have turned up. Yeah. Uh, yeah. Gardner was alright. Mackenzie had a good last quarter as well, but apart from that, was also pretty trash. Roberts was good. Zaghetti okay. And my bench players, they all did quite well. Barber scored a good 50. Cormick and Stewart kept their cash gen going. Kennedy, I'll have to get rid of eventually, but I've got other priorities right now. And it was disappointing to see Whelan didn't play. But hopefully she gets back in this week. Last week she didn't get removed from the injury list. I mean, she did get removed from the injury list, and she still didn't play. So I'm not sure if she was omitted or not. Maybe she was just. Maybe there was like slight concern. But yeah. Anyways, moving on to next week. I'm looking to offload a few players. So I'm looking to target Ewings and Montana Ham. And to do that, I think I have to trade Skepa, even though I just brought her in last week. Um, I think in such a short season, like you can't really, if you're looking to improve your points, like you've got to be ruthless with your players. Um, I should have brought in Skepa last week, and like I don't want to. I mean, I should have brought in Ham last week for Skepa, um, and I don't want to have that mistake negatively affect my scoring. So I'm going to trade Skepa, bring in Ham. That'll be my first trade. I'm also planning to bring in Ewings, and to do that, I'll have to trade one of my bench players. And Stewart is, I think she'll make it to maybe like 65k, but I think it's worth it to go early on her, go out early on her in order to get Ewings. And I'll have another rookie to be played as well. He'll generate cash as well. So I don't think it's a huge issue. So I think Rose Williams was the best performing rookie from the weekend from the midfield. She looks. I didn't really watch the game, but she she looked like a nice tackler. And I looked at her stats from her under 18s, and she was pretty solid. So for now, I'll bring her in. Oh, I need to bring in utility. Yeah, so there we go. And then I'll be going. I think Zigeti. Her cash gen's probably like she won't rise much more. Honestly, think Ewings will make me more money. In the time that she like takes advantage of a break even, has this mid roll. I think she might even make it to 100k. Like she's playing that well, so I don't want to miss out on that. I think you guys might remember I was hot on her in the preseason, but ended up going Mackenzie over her, which was a bad decision. So yeah. Now I have both, and I think my forward line's looking pretty solid now. If Mackenzie can pick back up, then I have 4 keepers. Roberts will eventually get to like Aileen McCarthy or something, or Kate Hoare. Just have a look at the premium. Oh yeah, Hanks as well. Yeah. So I think at some point I'll get rid of Mackenzie and Roberts if they keep scoring at the rate they're scoring right now. Hopefully to one of these, or two of these three, depending on who keeps their form up. Because Hanks sometimes drops off late in the season. Well, she did last year. Because of her role, like I think maybe just her fitness. Maybe she got moved out of the midfield. Because like they've got players who can play midfield that don't play midfield right now because they have so much midfield depth. Like they can play Paxman through the midfield, put Hanks up forward, and they'll still perform really well. So yeah, that's my plan for the forward line. Midfield, obviously, there's still a lot of work to do. But I've got a lot of cash generation in the midfield right now, so that's pretty good. Yeah, once Doric, like Doric might actually be a keeper. Smith definitely will need to be traded eventually. Ham could be a keeper. Um, Depends on her scoring, but I'm pretty confident Doric will be a keeper. After that performance, like she has a massive ceiling. Hopefully that gives her some confidence as well, so she can keep going on with it. But yeah, Smith will go to one of the premium midfielders eventually. And then my defenders, I'm hoping Eastman can pick her form back up and be a decent D5 for the rest of the season. Sheeran and Garnett, I think Sheeran will eventually have to go. Hopefully Garnett can get back to scoring 60s and isn't played at full forward by her by a coach. So there's definitely upside in this team. Yeah, if they all like pick their form back up, then I'm looking like it's looking like my team's in a pretty decent spot. Just maybe a few trades next week, and most of the issues will be solved by then. But yeah, this is probably the team I'll go into the weekend with. If there's a better rookie than Lily Rose Williamson, then I'll bring her in. But this is what I'm looking at for now. Pretty happy with this setup. Brought in both Ewings and Ham. I think they're pretty close to must-have this week. And yeah, and then I've got what was my other trade? Oh yeah, just a downgrade. Keep my cash gen going. But yeah, that'll probably do it for this week's round review. Good luck with the weekend, everyone, and hope your trades go well. Unlike mine last week. But yeah, see you guys next